Welcome to Sports Philanthropy Network live at Radio Row at Super Bowl 57 from the Phoenix Convention Center. I'm your host, Roy Kessel, with Caleb Bradham, and we're very excited today to have with us David Meltzer. Many of you have met David over the years from his incredible sessions and energy and free trainings that he provides every week. David's been a fantastic supporter of Sports Philanthropy Network and our Sports Philanthropy World Conferences over the years, and we're very excited to have him with us today. So, Dave, thank you and welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. With my mission in mind, there couldn't be a better partner or people than you and Kayla to help people and to provide all of the content that you can to support them and to inspire them and to help them create more people that want to do good. And as you and I both live by, being kind to our future self and doing good deeds is a great way to live a fulfilled, passionate, purposeful, and I hopefully help people with even profitability within the context of philanthropy.
Well, the profitability in philanthropy is a big challenge. As we know, every single group that we deal with comes to us and talks about the fact that they need to raise more money. You've been very successful over the years, both from a business side and a giving side. Talk a little bit about what are your keys to success and how you envision helping those types of organizations raise funds for their impactful work.
Well, it's evolved over the year because I think not only do you have to be comfortable receiving and understanding that giving and receiving and witnessing all propagate more giving, receiving, and witnessing of that financial requirement to do good because we can't give what we don't have. And I think that number one, throughout the years, making people feel comfortable in articulating the quantitative value of giving to exceed what they're asking for and feeling comfortable asking. But there is one nice nuance over the years where you and I are a little bit older than Kayla, and we're a little bit more long in the tooth. And we've seen an evolution, something called the internet. Even though it's not working 100% today, it's still a very powerful tool. But the reason it's so powerful in giving and asking is that we had to be much more scientific or specific about asking in the past, especially for philanthropy. Today, I teach an open-ended question guide, which I will be happy as you in your community. I'm always offering my book to ship and send and sign, but I have this open-ended question format or template, and it's really effective today because of the size, scope, and scale of our audience. Because not only can we ask in person, but then it evolved to we could ask via email. Then it evolved that we could ask via text. Then it evolved that we can ask via social media and traditional media, which is why I'm here today. But what does that mean to us? That means that our main and primary objective should be to ask people, what are you doing today? To find out what they like and what they don't like. And then we ask another question. Would it help you if I provided you an opportunity to cure childhood cancer? Or would it help you if I gave you an opportunity to create stronger entrepreneurship within the field of sports? Whatever the topic may be. But if we know what people like and don't like, and we get that emotional attachment, and then we can provide a logical and articulate a logical quantitative value to giving and receiving, not only will more people give and receive, but more people will be aware of it because of this great thing that's working 50-50 today called the internet. And I'm really a proponent and ambassador to teach people to ask for help more than I am to raising money.
You've done such a great job. I think that asking question is always a challenge for people. They're doing great work. They know that they need help. How do you train and encourage people to be more comfortable asking for that help? Because I know that one of your mantras is really pushing on that and getting people in the mindset that it's okay to ask and that what you ask for is what's going to come back to you.
Well, I get them to feel good about the fact that we don't live in a zero sum game. See, the problem that most people have about giving and receiving is if they believe there's a limited amount of things, then they feel guilty. And guilt is an interfering energy. They feel guilty about asking because they think they're taking away from someone. So I work on not only appreciation of adding value by asking, I also look at acknowledgement of asking acquiring the knowledge of asking, but primarily when I can get people to understand by asking them, how do you feel when you help someone? How do you feel? Why are you denying someone the same opportunity to invest in you? How and why would you want to deny someone the abundance of the universe of more than enough of everything for everyone? Why not utilize the faith that you talk about by giving, but instead utilize faith by receiving? Because true faith says this, that there's more than enough of everything for everyone, that there's something bigger than us, an omniscient, all powerful, all knowing source, an infinite source of everything that protects you and promotes you at all time. Therefore, all we need to do is ask for more, and we're confirming our faith that there's more than enough, and we're inspiring people to make people feel good, because nothing feels better than to receive, knowing what it does to everyone that's giving and witnessing the giving and receiving.
Dave, I got to ask you a question. When in your life did this epiphany appear to you, right? Because I think there's so many people who just don't get it, but what you say makes absolute sense. What was your pivotal moment?
It was when I lost everything and I realized acknowledgement. I get choked up thinking about it because it had such a real impact on my life, that acknowledgement comes from not having what you had. That's how we truly acquire the knowledge. And it comes from not only giving, but in my case, it came from where most people end up acknowledging by losing, by having it stolen, manipulated, or cheated from us. And instead of being a victim this time, I decided that I was going to live in faith, that I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and worthy. This time around, I'm going to figure out what I'm doing to interfere with it. And what I learned about the biggest thing that interferes with our past is the idea of guilt and regret. And I wasn't going to live in guilt and regret, and I wasn't going to live in anxiety of the future. I was going to live in the now by understanding that acknowledgement, the emptying of my vessel, is necessary for only one purpose. If I acknowledge what I have after appreciation, I now am bigger and broader and wider. In order to fulfill myself, I only need to ask. And the only thing I need to ask is for help. Find people who sit in a situation that can help me, that can give me guidance, that can give me money, that can give me love, give me support. And guess what? They are receiving and giving, and so am I when I ask for help.
Dave, I know that as you give, you're one of the best that we see in the marketing and media space at taking time and really giving back. As you travel, you hold meetups, you hold informal, impromptu sessions, you go out there with the people every week. You've got different types of training. You make your book available. You know, talk a little bit about that mission and how many people you want to empower through the work that you're doing.
Yeah, I don't like to limit myself. So I decided that I was going to change the world. And I was going to change the world with the ideas and the practices that I had utilized myself to live in abundance. So I decided to change the world. I would have to empower over 1 billion people to be happy, knowing that one particle of light overcomes 1 million particles of darkness, about 1/8 of the world, utilizing the thoughts and practices to think, say, do, believe, and feel in a certain trajectory of abundance. And so then I was challenged with, even though we have this internet that works 50-50 here at the Super Bowl, how am I going to do that? And I will tell you how I figured it out. It was the Roys and the Kaylas of the world, that I knew that if I could leverage and ask them for help, if I could empower them with the dummy tax that I've paid, the lessons that I've learned, the paradigm shift that I experienced, the faith that I had, knowing there's something bigger than me that loves me more than my mom, that Kayla and Roy would have 1,000 people to empower 1,000 people. And then it was just simple math. 1,000 times 1,000 was 1 million. 1 million times 1,000 was 1 billion. I, in my lifetime, humbly can change the world by creating a collective consciousness of people who have shared values, shared daily practices, and they have the do, say, think, believe, and feel aligned with where we want to be, which is in abundance, in a world of more than enough of everything for everyone. Because if you truly live in that world, you have no problem giving away everything. and you have no problem it being lost, stolen, or cheated from you, but you also have no problem asking for more because you're already taking from a cup that's overflowing.
Kayla, I know you've had some other questions for
Well,
Dave.
yeah,
Questions are no good without the internet, Roy.
Yeah. Well, we have limited control over the NFL. They have not taken our guidance on how to set up their internet infrastructure, but it's hard with so many people here, and I know David, you've got a great hectic schedule, and we appreciate you taking the time to jump on with us this morning. Um, Talk a little bit about some of the things you're involved with down here Super Bowl week, because I think one of the things people that haven't been here don't understand is the pace of everything that goes on, right? They'll see a few commercials, they'll see a few parties, but it's really wall to wall.
Yeah, and I'm blessed to be a part of the Players Impact pitch competition, hosting that as well. Many charitable events like the St. Jude Gala, which is very important to me. Uh, Important, and then just having clients of mine and partners like the Gronkowski family. We have a lot of fun with Life Brand and the Kronk Beach Bowl party. Uh, but as much as those are fun, they also have charitable purposes or causes that are tied to it. Jay Feely has his golf tournament, the Legends Party, all have charitable purposes and causes. So I try to bring as much of my community and raise as much awareness as I can to all the different activities, whether they be entrepreneurial or entertainment wise, all have charitable purposes or causes tied to it within the context of sports philanthropy, which is to me the spine of this event. Everything, including the Super Bowl, is meant to help people. And that's what I do with my books, with my speaking, my coaching, my training, and in fact, I'd like to offer Connected to Goodness, my book, to everyone in your community. I'll be happy to send the book. I'll pay for the book and shipping. So, don't worry. I will sign it. If you want it devalued with my signature, I'll be happy to put my signature on there as well. But I appreciate everyone. So just email me directly, david@dmeltzer.com. The open-ended question template, david@dmeltzer.com. I do want to raise awareness to what you are doing, Roy and Kayla, and how much impact you're having. We've been together for years, and I just love the fact that more and more people are aware of what you're doing, and they're aware that we are partners in what we do as well. And when our names are tied together, when I travel across the world and people mention you and Kayla and what we're doing, when my name is included with your two names, my heart sings, and I know that my mission is getting easier and easier thanks to both of you. And I appreciate everyone. Remember, be kind to your future self and do good deeds.
Kayla?
Dave, I want to say thank you so much. I love your book. I love your mission. I love your values, and I love the man that you are. Thank you for working so hard to create hope and possibility, not just through sports, but in every.
Thanks, Kayla. I know on behalf of Kayla and myself here at Sports Philanthropy Network, live on Radio Row at Super Bowl 57, we want to thank Dave for joining us today. Amazing to hear the stories and feel that energy and passion. I know it's only Wednesday of Super Bowl week, so it's going to ramp up even more. But just hearing your stories of how all of the events that you're involved with have that charitable component. We want to thank our viewers and listeners for being part of this broadcast, and we want to remind everybody to live generously. Thank you.